How are you, Luke? Where are you guys from? Yeah, I'm really good. The weather is cracking today. I probably should go home, but yeah. I hear Melbourne's out of lockdown. That's pretty cool. This is the Gold Coast, so it's hot as anything right now. Blinker fluid, you'll get that from Super Cheap Auto. Murray Bridge. Yeah, right. Work's fine today. I just finished. A little bit of a dusty start though. Enjoyed some nice whiskies last night and paying for it today. I didn't even know Bathurst was on. I was actually supposed to be there, but all these lockdowns cancelled our things. So, hello from Adelaide. Cristiano Ronaldo. You're talking about the soccer player? Knocking noise from the rear in a VE. Really depends exactly how it's happening, but I'd be checking the hind joint style bushes that are in the upper control arms. Good question to find someone in Melbourne. I'm actually from Melbourne, but 21 years ago. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm working on an idea, so hopefully I'll be able to help you guys out soon with that. Sorry, 1 second. Torsion bar setup on a Triton. Now the problem with torsion bar is just limited. I actually think you're better off just putting longer shocks in it. Don't raise it. They're better off-road that way. I used to have a D22. As soon as I put a 2-inch lift in it, it was so bad off-road, I got rid of it. VESS's, yeah, I know a fair bit. Yeah, hard part with Melbourne is you just got a lot of... Oh, you finally got it out, Kyle? I think Kyle's doing wheel bearings on his own car.
400,000 Ks of rust.
Yeah, 400,000 Ks of rust. Yes, I do know knocking noise from the engine in a 1HZ. Could be anything, probably spinning a bearing by the age of it. Depends on the engine for a compression test. It can be anywhere from like a 4-cylinder petrol engine where the coils are really easy to get to, probably only an hour. But what have we got? Something that's a bit of a pain. We'll go with a V6 Mercedes diesel. You're probably looking about 3 to 4 hours. So it really depends on the car. I'm from the Gold Coast. Yeah, I'd love to dip the whole car in tyre shine. That'd be fun. Where do you... Not sure what you actually mean there, Aussie Trav. I'm putting a spoiler on my Corolla. That'd be funny. Hey, Fat Mechanic, how are you? Stifler's mum. Love it. My shop is based Gold Coast, Queensland. Literally across the road from the Billabong factory outlets. Just off the M1. Thanks, give it a rev, Kev. Pokey and I are actually pretty good mates now. I agree. He is a decent bloke. We actually probably talk on the phone almost daily now, so it's quite funny. Nissan Pulsar 2000 models, they were good. The SR20s were alright, just don't let them overheat. Des, I am a little bit seedy, but getting a lot better today. PWs aren't a waste. They used to be a waste. No, I'm not a barber. Yeah, well, fat mechanic, yes. Saturday morning nightmares, turning up to work with a hangover, having to do a water pump and a whole bunch of other crap. Not much fun. But anyway, I did it. I'm done. Trying to get rid of my hangover. And then I'm probably going to go find a swimming pool shortly. Yeah, Des, I got into a lot of trouble for that. My wife went absolutely spastic at me. But yeah, another day in paradise. What happened to your apprentice with the AU? Which, are you talking about James Longstaff, the one that actually has the turbo AU? It was all good fun until I got my ass kicked. But anyway. Good luck, fat mechanic. You can have your Captiva. I do not want to know about any of it. Thoughts on a HSV? If you can find a good clean one. The problem is most of them have been played with and they're just... a lot of people really messed with them. Yes, they had 3 of them. Newer ones didn't yet. Why do you recommend them? Sky King. Sorry, I just got to... Well, there's certain engines in the Volkswagen I do not recommend at all. I mainly recommend the Amarok because that 2-litre diesel, it is in so many cars, and that diesel engine is brilliant. The maintenance on it is really, really easy. Keep timing belts and water pumps in them. Get rid of the EGR. That's pretty much all you need to do. Golf GTI 2010, check the engine codes. They do melt pistons. I've also seen a lot of oil pressure issues on them too. Aussie Trav. Oh, sorry. Okay, so Aussie Trav, you're asking about something. Hang on, wait. Electric wiring diagrams for all vehicles. So most of the time I get them all off Autodata. I'm looking at the other company at the moment, I can't remember their name, to see if I can get some out of them. There is another one, but they're so expensive that it almost makes it not worth it. Considering, I think it's March next year, we should have a platform that we can get all genuine information from, which I'm pretty excited about, but haven't really heard enough about it at the moment to get right into it. New Hiluxes, oh hang on, wait, sorry. How do I fix 2 lean engine code on a 14 Holden Barina? It depends on your lean code. It could be air leak, it could be blocked injectors, it could be pretty much anything. You really need to go right into it. Yeah, DSGs aren't cheap to rebuild. I think we got one done in a van, and I think it was about $8 grand, somewhere around there. I haven't really played too much with many of the Hiluxes over 2018. All I've heard is from one of my customers where they're constantly back in getting warranty work done. They have a lot of the 2-wheel drive ones as well, and they're doing diffs and gearboxes. Best 4x2 work ute, hands down, and it pains me to say it because I hate saying Toyota, but I think it's like the 2010, 2012 2TRFE 2.7 litre manual. You can't beat it. Had a fleet of Smoko trucks with them. They got to 500,000-600,000 Ks. Worst we ever did was clutches. I think I did 1 cylinder head, and that was because I didn't replace the radiator when we told them to. Hey Jet, yes, I'm great. Thanks, mate. Thanks, Chris. What's a brake accumulator do? It pretty much does what it says. It accumulates pressure. It's basically the electric style braking. I-20s, knocking noise. I'd be checking sway bar links and possibly a strut. Yeah, Toyota and Lexus are actually good at their wiring diagrams. They have been for years. It's the other companies that are very hard. If you want to build an engine, the easiest one to work on is an LS 100%. The Barrows are a good engine. They're just limited by like you can get to about 600 horsepower in them pretty good, but after that then you got to really start spending heaps of money. Your brake accumulator, is that in a Pajero by chance? What's going on, MJD Marine? Central West New South Wales. Hey Phil, how are you? My Saturday's pretty good. I am trying to recover the bad way from a hangover. But, you know, you get that. Yeah, that's a very tough question. I truly believe that the mechanical industry is going to retract quite a lot, mainly because there's less moving parts. So once there's less moving parts, there's less things to fix, which kind of makes us obsolete, I guess. Based on the way that Tesla does a lot of their stuff as well, there's actually a mechanic job being offered for Tesla just down the road, and they still can't fill it because all they do is tyre rotations and that's about it. Any actual repair, the thing gets put on a truck and sent down to Sydney where their engineers will actually repair it, not a mechanic. So if all the manufacturers go that way, it's probably going to be even worse. But yeah, anyway. Sorry, I got about like 400 messages in. It was in a Pajero. Yeah, they're faulty as you can buy them online brand new. I had one customer buy one. Just don't put second-hand ones in. They're just worn out. Chatting to people on here. What are you doing? I'm having a beer now. But I will be going home shortly. These guys here are still in my workshop, so I'm just hanging around waiting for them. Yeah, definitely Metro will move a lot quicker. Like Sydney and Melbourne are probably going to cop it way faster than what Queensland will. But like all the McDonald's on the road between Cairns and Melbourne now have charging stations. So basically, yeah, sorry. You can actually drive Melbourne to Sydney. Every Macca's has a charging station along the M1. So reliability of the Transit 340. I'm thinking that's the new Ford Transit. Apparently they're doing pretty good. I haven't really played much with them, but the couriers that come in, I ask them and they'll tell you the ones that are bad because they end up straight back at the dealer. Give it a rev, Kev. I would say the hardest one I've actually had recently will be that VE that I did a story on where I heated up the computer and cooled it down. That was probably the most frustrating because the amount of times we did stuff on it and literally just had to go back to the start every single time, and it was just annoying. Cheers, Cooper. It's hard to say. Like, I would say yes, it is worth getting in to the mechanical industry. There's still a lot of other avenues that you can go into. Heavy diesel is one. What do you call it? Yeah. And there's obviously, this is still going to go for at least another 10 years. It's just going to start regressing. I think you'll probably see a lot more tyre shops pop up, even though there's already too many, but what do you do? Coles motor oil. That just says it all. Kia Stingers. Apparently they're quite good. I do know quite a few police officers and they do drive them. So they're, giving them a hard time a lot of the time. And I think the worst that they've had done is turbos go. But yeah, they're quite good. The playlist is Motive Mechanicals Workshop, part 1, 2, 3 and 4. They're all on my YouTube channel. If you go to that and then you go to my playlist and then they'll all come up there. I do try to add to them a lot as well, so they're worth going back and getting them every now and then. Seb, it depends on what kind of engine it is. A lot of the time it's probably cheaper to put a second-hand engine in these days, but it also depends on the engine, because if it's like that thing there, the engine alone, second-hand, is about 20 grand, so doing cylinder heads on it would only be about 8, so it just depends. Kev, you're funny. Yes, Coles doesn't make oil, they make motor destroyers. Tritons, look, I got no problem with Tritons. Kyle's actually got one over there. It's the older one. That has 4. No, I'm not on smoker. I'm actually done for the day. I'm just waiting for these guys to finish up so I can go home. 15 Golfs are pretty good. Just check your engine codes. Rite of Passage. That was the one that was losing power, I believe. So yes, that makes sense. Rangers, don't like them. Hey, Balance Bear. Yeah, I just don't like Rangers because I don't like... I hate ringing customers and saying your repair bill is stupid. Like, it's just so hard. Like, it's so hard. Like, to tell someone that they've got to put 16 grand into an engine and a set of injectors, it's ridiculous. Oh, yuck. Have you got your pump done yet? Sorry, Des. I try not to attack people. I really do not like giving people injectors on what? There's 10 of us here at the workshop. So there's 4 in the office and the other 6 are out in the workshop. And 2 of those in the office aren't full-time. Paul, that's a tough question. If it's a VE, I'd have to go a V8. And if it was a V8 one, it would definitely be better than an XR6. Although if you got an XR6 turbo, then that's another story. Send me a message, Rite of Passage. A friend of one of the boys has a diesel repair shop down in Port Macquarie, I think it is, and his pricing is really quite good. So I can give you his details and maybe get you, When did the Colorbond fence fall over? Was it with the hail? I've got no problem with people working on their own car. I think it is a good thing. People learning how to do things and actually understand it. The thing I don't like is when it gets towed in and then I've got to try and fix it after it's been really destroyed. Hang on, wait. Wait. Simon, I've literally done nothing to the project car. I've got too many projects on the go at the moment, but I'll take you for a little walk in there. Yes, Mad Robbie, it is my workshop. Yeah, nah, don't beatbox. Renaults are still pieces of crap, but you know what? They're pretty much a Nissan now, anyway. So 12 years I've had this, so that's when I became self-employed. So 28. Oh, you drove into your fence. Yes, well, generally that doesn't work very well. SR20s are good. They just unfortunately get overheating issues. Hello from Thailand. 15 Liberties are really cool. The Merc is still here. I'm pretty sure they're going to write it off, which means it'll get towed out soon. But yeah. Hang on one sec. How did I start out? Basically, long story short, there was a big shortage on work for mechanics, and the company I worked for went bust, and I literally had nothing. So I went and rented a bit of space off a mate, and then went from there. Yes, R34s, we used to have heaps come through. There's not so much anymore. I'd say most people have turned them into drift cars or whatnot. The point of having Repco, it's actually, I would say 100% branding. But the other thing that is so good is access to nationwide warranty. Now, it's worked for quite a few customers of ours, and like being an independent, not being able to help someone out when they're not near you is really difficult. So whether they're in Brisbane, I can get someone up there to fix it for me. Whether they're in Perth, I can get someone to fix it. So that's my main advantage, the reason that I use it. Workshop is on the Gold Coast in Queensland. Ultimate Diesel tuning. Yeah, well, apparently they're doing quite well with their tuning. From what I understand, a lot of people do it all remotely still. It's just they stick it on a dyno to show you that it's actually done something. Hey Joe, hey from the Philippines. Unfortunately, Harrison, I am not looking for an apprentice. I've got a second year at the moment, so it won't be for quite some time. Rob, it's hard to say proud, because I would say pushing yourself through this, you feel guilty probably most of all, and drained is probably the other one. It's hard. It's definitely hard. Yes, Pokey, it was my very first business. I did manage Ashmore Exhaust for about 4 years. That is the one that went bust, and that was after the original owner sold it and then opened up another one called Mufflers to the Max. And yeah, that was a bit of fun, but yes. Because I've got so many mechanics, service bookings, we can usually get you in with a day's notice. Big jobs, we're up to about 2 weeks notice, I'd say. Hey Angela. I love the VT Commodore. I think it was probably one of the better ones that was out there. Unfortunately, just the plastic dashes fell apart. Front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, it doesn't really matter. Rear wheel drive, they're all, you know, it depends which hoist I put it on, I guess is probably the best way to explain it. And I'll tell you, it's hot in here, but I will show you the project car now. I've walked in here. So this is my Mercedes. This is the pièce de résistance. I'm hoping to get a crack on it maybe on Tuesday, which, you know, I can shut the door and turn the aircon on and hopefully hide from everyone. Can I name a county's army for an edit? What? Electric cars, it's hard to say. I'd say Melbourne and Sydney are going to cop it earlier. Probably in the next 10 years, I'd say it'd be definitely dominant. Like driving around the Gold Coast, the amount of Teslas I see now is insane compared to what it used to be. Oh yeah, I just did a video on this. This is so cool. This is this Great Wall. Look at this, drop this down. But it might break, but it holds my weight. It's pretty cool. Anyway. HQs, yeah. Basically that's all we worked on back when I first started. But yeah. Pokey, now I have 10 of us including me. So it's definitely a decent wage bill, I tell you. It gets scary when it gets to payday. What's the projects avoiding responsive? No, the projects are just more for fun and content because, you know, I find mechanicking boring, but a lot of you guys don't. So I'm trying to make it a little bit more fun for me.